Hey, we're back in session with another episode on the Mom podcast. This week, our special guest, Miss Kishma, owner of Skinfully Yours, is pulling up to share some experiences while dropping knowledge that will definitely help another torch mom who can relate. She's back stealing, so let's bring her up to chat a bit.
Hey,
Hey, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you for asking. I'm so excited to have you sitting here with me tonight to share some space and some knowledge and experiences of your own. So that's very exciting for me. I really appreciate you.
And thanks for the invite. I'm excited.
Of course, of course. Well, I have a few questions ready for you. Okay,
Yes.
so we'll start off with those. So, my first question is, who was Kishma before being mommy and or?
Oh, wow. Kishma was a soldier, United States Army. I am a retired Army veteran, 23 years. So that was Kishma pretty much before she became a mom. I was a wife too before I became a mom.
Okay, okay. All right. My next question for you. What are you most proud of about yourself?
Ooh, quite a few things. One, finishing retiring at 23 years in the Army, because that's a
Okay.
feat in itself. So proud of that. Proud of my daughter, my gifted daughter. Love her. She is the my reason for everything. Everything I do, she's my reason. And my latest accomplishment that I'm proud of is receiving my master's degree in human resources.
Oh
Yes.
my goodness.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's exciting. That is super exciting. Your master's degree. How long did that take you to complete?
It only took a year, believe it or not, because I did the way because I use my benefits. So the way to get my maximum benefits, I had to take 2 classes every 8 weeks. There were 8 week courses, and I had to do 2 classes for 8 weeks. So I just did them back to back. And I started around April of last year, and I did my last class ended in February of this year.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Amazing.
Thank you.
Okay, so on to the next question.
Mhm.
Who do you think has had the biggest impact on the person you are today besides your child?
My mom. My mom,
And
she's a
why?
single mother of 5 kids. She one my oldest brother, one boy, 4 girls. I was the knee baby, number 4,
Mhm.
and just everything that she did to ensure that her kids were good, that we had what we needed, the discipline that she instilled in us, which took me far my 23 years. So I was able to look back on the things that she did, she said, how she raised us to become the person that I am today.
Amazing. I love it. Giving the shout out back to mommy.
Right, so mom, but you know how we're like when we talked about we're both from the islands,
Hmm.
so you know how it's totally a little bit totally different, kind of almost like kind of upbringing.
Yeah.
But so she was strict at times, but I appreciated it.
Yeah. And I have a military mom, so
Oh,
I can definitely go with the strict side of things. But my
yeah,
mom, she did her best to care, especially, being brought up in those days and times how it was for her too, so
yes,
I can relate. I can definitely relate. So you're an entrepreneur, business owner.
I am.
Name of your
Yes.
business is Skinfully Yours. Tell us a bit about that.
So Skinfully Yours was my brainchild. She came about literally 2019. I got my LLC from the state of Texas. And she came about because I wanted to have better ways to take care of her skin. With me having psoriasis and my daughter having eczema, it was, using the medical stuff, the ointments that thin your skin out, makes you sensitive. So I wanted something that was a little bit more natural. And so it started with my body butters. That is the brainchild behind Skinfully Yours. And then over the past 3 years, we have grown to where we're basically doing, everything skincare and everything that's customizable. So that's the main thing now, which I wanted something that was going to make us different than the other skincare companies.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
it was customization because, when you go to the stores or even when you buy from the small businesses, it's either this is what we have, either you buy it or you don't.
Yep.
And you have
Yep.
people that maybe allergic to the ingredients in that product. So that was something that I wanted because I have quite a few customers that have allergies, allergic to this, allergic to that. So I can still make the products for them, but without that ingredient in there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Amazing.
Yes.
Because that's a big deal out here in this world. And then a lot of products, they say that they're natural and they're adding so many different scents and this and that in there. And that also affect people like us with eczema, and people think it's okay. No, it's not going to affect you. I did my research, but everything is not for everybody,
Exactly.
right? So we definitely got to make sure that we can have customizable products out here. But nobody has done it but you. So thank you so much for thinking about the people.
Thank you.
Really. So is there anything else that you would like to share with us about your business? Any products that's top of the sales for you, or what people need from you?
I will say yes. Again, the body butters are our number one top sellers. And I have a scent that everyone goes crazy for. It's my pineapple sage.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone goes crazy for that scent. I think sometimes when they hear sage, they think of the woodsy sage that we burn. So, it has like that really woodsy, earthy smell. Well, the sage that I use is totally opposite of that. So you get this scent that is like, it's so hard to describe. You have to smell it. And then you're just like, oh, okay. And it's funny because I tell people I have a disclaimer out. I'm not responsible for what happens once you use that. Once you use it, because I have it in soap. I have it as a body wash. You can customize. If you want it in almost all my products, I can do that for you. But I just tell you, I'm not responsible for what happens.
Okay. So you don't just have to get it in just the butt. You can get it in the body wash and other products that you have within your line. So that's even, my goodness. What else you going to drop next on the people? They not ready for you. They not ready. You had some people in the comments.
I see that.
Hey, everyone. It's me by the pound. So hey, Cakes by the Pounds. Thank you for joining us. Then it's Chocolate is in here. Congratulations. So they're excited, right? Then Cakes by the Pound also mentioned, yep, we sure love it. I'm pretty sure she's talking about that pineapple sage.
Yes.
Right. Okay. Okay. So we got some people in here because they made it to backstage passes. If you see me looking up, I'm on my other camera up here.
Okay.
They have backstage passes because they were elite and worthy. Okay. So make sure that you yourself in that bracket when it comes to the Torch Mom podcast. We definitely need you guys backstage, hyping us up and rooting us on. We love you. So back to the questions. If you don't have anything else to share with yours,
let's go. Questions.
All right. So the next one for you is: do you feel that there's anything you can't do that you dreamed of before becoming a mom?
No, I don't. To me, being a mom is the reason to do things.
Okay.
So if you're, I don't believe there's nothing that you cannot do. Again, I did it as a soldier with a gifted daughter. So people, I say gifted, my daughter has special needs. So I was able to do that with her. I retired. I launched my business. I finished my bachelor's and my master's degree. Like, no, there's nothing that you cannot do just because you're a mom. No.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Tell them what it is, because you are powerful and nothing should stop you from excelling. You know, I mean, success everything. And I say excelling. I don't even know if that's a word, but excelling. You know, I mean, come on. I'm so excited just to hear you say that, you know, and you answered it so perfectly. I'm just going to go on and move on. There's nothing else to put on to that. I mean, seriously. And you have a congratulations also in comments on finishing your degree. Congratulations again. Congratulations. So, what experiences could you share with moms that could help in difficult times?
You need to have a tribe. You got to have a tribe. Family, friends, you have to have that tribe behind you to help you in those times. For me, it was my mom and my sister. Once my daughter was born, she was a year and a half when I had to go to Iraq.
Okay.
So I was there for a year. So she stayed with my mom and my sister, and, my family for that year that I was gone. Anytime I had to do any kind of training that took me for a long amount of time, they were my tribe. They were there to help me, so that way I could finish what I had wanted to do, which was to finish, retire in the military. So you have to have that tribe behind you to help push you, support you, be there for you like you need it.
Mm-hmm. Well, you go on here to answer those, because listen. So, all right, next question. Being who you are today, what would you do to help someone in your old shoes?
In my old shoes. What's my old shoes?
So even you being in the military before having your daughter, if there was anything that you faced that you would think another mom could face and come across, what would you?
It's funny you even asked that, because after my daughter was born and she was diagnosed with her seizures and everything else, when I moved to Fort Campbell, Kentucky, the job I had, the position I had was to help other mothers that were going through the same thing.
Okay.
I helping them secure daycare, helping them, with the paperwork they needed to do. It was like, basically that was what I was sent to do. So what I would do is, when I would say not teach, because I don't want to teach, but I will inform them of their choices. Make sure that they are thoroughly knowledgeable about what's going on with their child and with themselves, because you can't look for help if you don't know what you need help for. So it's basically just informing and, I guess, teaching them about how to be a advocate for yourself and for your child, so you can get the help that you need so that you can succeed.
You in your mommy time?
Okay, sorry, because you cut out. Say it again.
How do you like to spend your mom time?
My mommy time? Oh my goodness, my mommy time is different things. I chill. I just relax. I take baths. I go for walks. I don't do Pilates anymore because of my back, but I work out. Yeah, my mommy time is different. There's never one set thing that I do. So
That's
I'm
good.
over.
That's good. So when you come across any frustration or hard times, how do you calm yourself?
It's not gonna last.
It's not gonna last.
It's not gonna last. So to be hard times or challenges or anything, or like learning lessons, So it's always something that you're going to learn at the end of it. So after you go through that hard time, you realize what that lesson was, you take it and apply it to whatever, so that way you can overcome it.
Well, I told you guys, Miss Kishma was coming in here to drop some knowledge, gems, however you want to call them, and I love it. I appreciate it very much. I appreciate your words, your time. I couldn't ask for more.
Thank you.
So during pregnancy, were there any complications for you?
There was. So I have, thanks to my mom, I have fibroids. So one thing about, I was in Hawaii when I was pregnant, and one thing about the military, when you're pregnant, they normally don't, you only get normally one ultrasound throughout your whole pregnancy. Due to my fibroids and the placement of them, I was fortunate to get an ultrasound every month.
Okay.
So that way they can make sure that the fibroids didn't grow. One of them, the biggest one, was like around the umbilical cord. So they wanted to make sure it didn't grow anymore to, like, crush the umbilical cord or anything.
Yeah.
So I was fortunate with that. I didn't know I was in labor. I just knew my daughter wasn't moving, because she was always constantly moving. She was always constantly moving. And one day I was like, okay, she's not moving, so let me see what's going on. I called them. Somebody come in, went there. They had to do everything for me, bust my water, everything. I had emergency cesarean because little miss decided she wanted to come up sunny side up. So I had to have emergency cesarean. But after that, everything was good.
Okay. Okay. Did you have to have an epidural?
I did.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not, look, I'm telling you, the time they told me I was in labor, I was like, can I get an epidural? I wasn't chancing that, because I've heard horror stories. I had a soldier that was pregnant a little bit, I don't know what I was, but she had her baby earlier. She had her baby in the elevator.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. No. So they say, yes, Miss Benjamin, you're in labor. They got into my room. When can I get my epidural? When can I get my epidural? I wasn't playing. I don't. Let me get epidural.
My goodness. Look, I didn't have no epidural. I didn't have one. If you heard any of my other episodes, I did not have me no epidural. And I didn't even know that it was my water breaking when it broke. Okay. So that was different. Because I was during pregnancy, it was like I could sneeze.
And you was leaking.
And I'm leaking. Okay. So yeah, they was like, nope, it's normal. You're fine. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so annoying. I dealt with it, and then that happened, and I was like, this is just too much, and I went about my little day, made sure I had my little cover up going on. I went about my day and everything. And then late at night is when I was like, let me just go to this hospital, because I don't know what's going on at this point.
Oh my God.
And then when I got 5 centimeters, and I had to stay there because I was ruptured. So I was in there for about, I would say, about like 45 hours before I really had my daughter, until I got to 5 centimeters where it was time for me to get her on out of there.
Oh no. Mine was pretty fast. I checked in probably around 5. They broke my water around 8, because I remember, because it was a Monday night and I was watching CSI Miami on the TV. And they came and got me, because they came in and they were doing a little buzzing thing on my stomach, and she wasn't responding. So they burst in the door, and my mom was there, because my first only child. And they were like, they're like, Mom, we gotta take you, we gotta get her out now. And I'm like, Mom? Like, and so she was delivered around about 2:30 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
45. Ooh, no. Mm-mm. And
Yeah,
all
I was
that,
up in that
and all that
hospital.
with no epidural. Oh no, ma'am. Kudos to you.
Yeah, I was up in there. I was up in there chilling because I wasn't going through really all that time until it got close to the time.
Mhm.
And I was supposed to have a water birth in the hospital. Then they ended up moving out the water birth room to a whole nother side of the hospital. And by then it was time for me to have my baby. So I'm going back and forth with one of the doctors that came in there, letting her have it, right? Then security came up in the room and security trying to calm everything down. I'm like, listen, a baby is about to come up out of here. Y'all need to figure out whatever is about to happen because it's about to happen.
Oh my
Okay.
goodness.
And that's what it was. And once I got really on the bed,
Mhm.
it was like that's when everything started hitting me. Girl, I was holding on to those poles for dear. I promise I was holding on to those poles for dear life. I was just holding, and every time they came, and that was it. And I was okay. And when they talk about some holding up your legs and you got to sit up at the same time, I was just like, I'm tired. You want me to do all of this? Because I didn't do none of those classes on how to have the
Mhm.
baby and all that. I was going straight with the flow. Okay. We have a
Wow.
comment in here that says, I was so scared to get the epidural. Yes, and that was another thing. I was scared because they were like, when you move, this can happen. She said, natural girl, cursed out the nurse and all. See, so I'm not the only one in the hospital cursing them.
No, they did good with my epidural. Like I had heard the horror stories too about the epidural. But I guess they had me, you do the lean over. The nurse, I remember the nurse, she was like, whatever you do, please don't bite me. Because I guess someone else had bit her.
Oh my goodness.
So, you're put over and they must have numbed me real good because I really didn't feel anything but like pressure.
Okay.
And then once they did that, I was good. Everything was numb because they were telling me, oh, Mom, roll over or roll to your left. And I'm thinking I'm rolled. I turned my body and they're like, Mom, we need you to roll. And I'm like, I did roll. But I just rolled my top half.
Right.
So that was fun. And the only negative I would say I didn't like about epidural was it gave me the shakes. Like I was cold. So, so I don't know, I had the cesarean, so they have you like on the cross, your hands are out to the side. And I was just like shivering really bad. That was only that negative to the epidural. Other than that, I was good.
Okay. Well, look, I'm getting some information. Look, because I don't know. I have one, and my wife, she'll be up next to have the other baby, next baby for us, and then I'm be up and running again. So because we want some around here. So, next time I'm hoping to do the natural thing again. And I hope she can go the natural way too and stick it out. Because my wife is not good with the pain situation. So we never know what may happen.
I'm not either. I don't do pain. Nope.
Kishma's like, nope, we're not having it.
And
so with your daughter, that's that. So with your daughter, is she in school or homeschooled?
She's in school. She's a 10th grader. Okay. She's in school. In fact, school, they only got 1 week left. For the summer,
I know she's ready to get up out of there.
She is.
So, okay, my next question for you is, what's the most normal thing you consider boring?
Talking on the phone. You have to seriously have me into a phone call. If not, I'm like, okay, yeah, all right, dude, I've got to go. Like I think my niece was in here. I don't know if she's still in, but when me and her on the phone, we're good because we keep, we keep it going. But if you are, if you don't keep my I don't say my
Your
interest, by my
attention or
attention,
your interest. Mm-hmm.
yeah, mm-mm.
That's it.
I'd like text me.
Yeah, my wife can relate with that. She don't like to be on the phone for nothing. Send her a text.
Send me a text. I'm good on texts, but once you get that phone call, yeah, and especially when you have all that dead air, what you call me for?
Yeah, for birds to be chirping.
Yeah, you calling me and we just listen to each other breathe? No, nope.
Well, thank you for answering my question. My next one for you is name 2 favorite activities you like to do with your child.
My baby, she loves the swings and just walking. Like we go for walks. She loves to be outside and she loves swings. So that's the 2 things that we do, or we try to do every day. But I'm in Texas. Um, the weather's been kind of funky here. We've been having thunderstorms at the yin yang. So going out hasn't been very good. And then when there's not thunderstorms, it's heat.
And I know it's hot there.
Today was like the first day it's actually been really hot.
Okay. Yeah, it's about to get started. It's about to get us
Yeah,
started.
it's about to. And I'll say, as long as I don't hit the triple digits like we did last year, I'm good. Last summer we had triple digits with no rain in the summer. In the summertime we had no rain. That was horrible.
When did we come to Texas? I can't remember what time Texas.
Mm-hmm.
But the weather wasn't too bad while we were there. So yeah, I can't say it was too hot or anything. The weather was pretty good while we were there.
What part of
So I
Texas
can't
did you
even, don't make me lie.
to? Okay.
Don't make me lie. But I know the time before that when I came to Texas, I was in Dallas and it was hot. It was hot. Hotter than hot. So I definitely made sure my wardrobe was set when I was going the next time. Okay. Yes. So for you, what is the hardest part about being a mom in this season of life?
Well, no, I don't. No, I don't think anything's hard right now. Because I am at home, so I can actually be home with my daughter. Unlike before I retired, not seeing her from like 6 in the morning till 6 in the evening. She's at school or daycare. When we get home, wind down, get back up. So now it's easy now.
Okay, perfect. So do you have a major goal for 2023?
2023 major goal. Well, right now I am in one boutique. My products are in one boutique, which that was a goal for last year, and I hit it literally at the end, towards the end of last year. I hit it.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I think my next goal is I want to get into 2 more brick and mortars.
Okay.
So that's I think.
Well, I can't wait till you get there.
Thank you.
I can't wait till you get there, and I'll definitely be checking back in with you to see how that's going.
Okay.
Yes. So I'm turning the floor over to you. Do you have any 3 questions that you'd like to ask me?
What was your motivation for coming up with this podcast?
My motivation was to be able to have conversations like this with other moms. And other than just telling my story, I would like to hear, other mom's story, learn something from them, not just for other people who are coming on to listen. I want to learn as well. It's always good to unlearn and relearn or learn something new, and we're always bickering when we come together, or there's always, no room for the next woman when another woman's already getting the light, because we have so many blockage within society. So I wanted to make a space that was safe for us to share our experiences with one another, and maybe meet up and have some groups outside of this for other moms within other areas that can help assist, and have someone to talk to that they can actually relate with, and won't look at them with the side eye. Because we're all just one and the same. We're all sisters, but everybody chooses to be so separate.
Mm-hmm.
And how are we ever going to conquer the world if we're separated? Even from when we started our conversation, you need a team, you need a tribe. If anything happens and the world shuts down today or tomorrow, who do you have other than just your family? Family is outside of your family too.
Mm-hmm.
They're all over. So I just wanted that to really happen in a great way.
Okay, I like that. Thanks. I'm okay with that. I can deal with that. I can dig that. Let me see. So you should have told me I needed to do questions. I didn't have any questions.
Sorry, that's a surprise.
All right. All right. So, and this question I will say is kind of coming off of an experience I just had Monday. So when it comes to, you just said like, we need to come together as, women, mothers, or whatever. So when you come across a mother, or a Black woman that portrays the negative stereotype of Black women, how do you deal with that?
I really, at those times, I can look back at my own self, because I used to be that woman, right? And without really knowing why the actions are being portrayed that way, we could never put a finger on it. So I leave the space open to see how much I can engage with the person, and make something different for our relationship onward, if possible. So if I come across it being impossible at that time, it could not stay the same forever, right? But I won't continue to feed into it, because I know that negativity will come back from me. And I don't want to accept it, because for me, negativity is forbidden in my space.
Okay. Good. All right. So let me see. One more question. Okay, so as a Island woman, an Island sister, and you say that you had that military mom. How did that shape you to be the person that you are today?
I stand for myself in everything that I choose. I don't plan on quitting anything that I start. My mom has helped me be a great mom from, things that she has taught me. So my mom we've had our times, like you said, our upbringing is a little different than most people. So other than that, she has built me to be a very strong woman, and I'm open-minded too, so I thank her for that.
I know our moms, those moms.
Yes. Yes. So those were my 3 questions. I'm glad that you were able to ask me some off the top.
Right off the top of my head.
So thank you for doing that with me. So my 2 shout outs for today actually go out to my mother and my grandmother, 2 extraordinary moms that have paved the way for me to be here for you all and anybody else in this world. So, do you have any shout outs you'd like to give to anyone, to give them some flowers that wouldn't even expect them coming from you?
Oh, that would not expect them. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I will say my first one, I won't really want, not really a name, but I say my Insta sisters. I have met some incredible women on Instagram, supporters, someone that people I can talk to, I can bounce ideas off of, and not feel that crab in the barrel mentality, or no, I'm not, like what you were asking me for, like what competition, I love that. So there's too many for me to list, but Denise is one, Cakes by the Pound is one. She is awesome. From the time we met, she's awesome. Heavenly Inspired Scrubs, Yvonne is another one. Tony from Essentials by Tony is another one. Oh my goodness, there's so many.
The list can go on, right?
Yes, Proud Styles, Melanin Beauty Design, Essentially Yours, CB Spot. Yeah, those are women that I have able to just vibe with from the time, and not even, I think I've only met in person is one in person. No, two. I like two I've met in person, and it's just there,
Mm-hmm.
So that's what my Insta sisters is one, and anybody else. Damn. That's like he said. Not they. I can't expect like my mom would expect it. Because that's my mom. She's the very strong woman. Very strong woman. We've lost two. She's lost two kids, two children in the past 5 years. So I've lost two siblings, and just to see her still doing what she needs to do,
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, mom will be my mother, my queen. Love her to death.
Can't pass that up. You gotta let them know. You gotta let the world know.
Yes.
That's who we love. That's who we love. We them so much for making space for us.
Yes, I love our vibe too, Denise. Yes.
Yay.
And thank you.
Sending strength for you and your family. Yes, yes. Same here. My condolences to you and your family.
Thank you.
Sending nothing but strength that way. And your mom is definitely carrying that for you all already. So that is lovely. That is lovely. Well, I'm going to go ahead and close us on out. I had an amazing conversation with you. You have taught me some things to make sure that I keep in place consistently.
Thank you.
So I appreciate that. And I hope someone else can come on and, share the same enlightenment with me on this episode. Yes. So negativity is forbidden and energy is power. You didn't have a backstage pass to check out the live stream. It'll be available for viewing on our YouTube channel, The Torch Mom Podcast. So be sure to subscribe, like, and share. If you have experiences or questions to share, send us an email to the torchmompodcast@gmail.com. Follow us on Instagram at the Torch Mom Podcast. Remember, what you desire, you already have. We love you. Stay torched.
Bye, everyone.